Welcome back everyone, Mudford here. I'm out in the shop today working on Jeremiah's hybrid race quad. It's 250R type chassis with a Yamaha Raptor 250 motor in it. He's had some issues with this, of it running kind of hot it seemed like. So I added an extra oil cooler on the front there. He's burned up 2 clutches in it, and I'm not sure what's causing that, and he's had starter issues. And I don't know if that's from it being so hot that it burns the clutch up and the starter, or if something else is causing it. We did get a Wiseco basket, which is better, and I'm replacing pretty much everything in here. The outer basket is forged, and it's from Wiseco. This is a new stock inner hub, and we also have a stock pressure plate coming, and we have Hinson clutch discs to go in there and springs. So we're going to go ahead and replace that. And we're also putting a new oil pump on, because I figured with the extra cooler, it should be running a little cooler, but it's not. And I don't know if it's because the oil pump is weak. Hopefully all of these things I'm doing right now will make it not overheat anymore. But we're just kind of guessing at this point, unfortunately. So if you have some insight on why this thing would be running so hot, feel free to let us know in the comments what you think it could be. I really honestly don't know at this point. I'm hoping that what we're doing this time will fix it, because I'm really getting sick of spending money on this and all the downtime with it. So we just grabbed this fan off of eBay, and we're going to mount it on the front cooler that I added. This should fit pretty good on the front cooler. So what the plan is, we're going to get the bracket, the angle iron in here. I'm just going to tack the tin onto it to give me an idea of level and everything like that. And then I'm going to get the other side tacked on, and then we're going to raise it up. We don't want it right against this cooler here. We want it to be up just a hair. So we'll raise it up just a little bit, and then we'll weld the angle iron on to the frame where I got it cleaned up. Then we'll grind the tacks off of this and figure out how the fan's going to go and get the fan mounted onto the angle iron. Shouldn't be too bad. I think this will be the easiest way. I was trying to get some clamps in there, and it's just a pain with the shock, so I think that this way should work better. I'm going to go ahead and get it tacked up, and I'll show you what I come up with. Okay, despite the fact that the tin is on here crooked, I think I have the angle on here fairly good. So what we need to do now is get some tacks like under there and at the bottom. But what we're going to do is, I think I'm going to put a piece of cardboard under the tin for a spacer to get that way it'll put the fan off the cooler here just about as far as I want. Okay, you can see my piece of cardboard in there spacing me off the radiator. So now I'm going to go ahead and get my tacks on the angle. Okay, now that I got the angle iron tacked on where I want it, I'm going to go ahead and pop these spot welds that I put on and see how the fan fits. Okay, I got some welds down there, 3 on each side and on the ends. Should have hold it pretty good. Pretty solid. Welds aren't perfect, but hey. What I did now is I just sat the fan on where I wanted it. Just like this. Fixed it with a marker. And what I'm going to do now is cut right where the line is. And then once we do that, we're just going to get some screws and probably put 2 or 3 on each side, hold the fan down. And we'll be all set with that part of it. Then we're just going to have to tie into the wiring, and we're going to put a switch for him. Probably going to put one of the switches that'll turn the light on when it's on, so that he'll be able to tell that the fan's on, I guess. So there we go. I think the mounts turned out pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and set the fan on. It's going to go something like that. Put some self-tappers through, probably 3 per side. And I think it'll be pretty nice. So I got the switch mounted right here I got one of the rocker ones, and it will light up. Hopefully, I think it lights up when it's on is how it works. It fits in there pretty tight, which is what you want. What I did was I just drilled a hole with a drill bit. I drilled 2 holes with the drill bit real close together. And then I just used this bit and just smoothed it out, made it into a rectangle the way I needed. And then I could use the finer point here, the finer point in the corners, and it actually turned out pretty good. If you're gonna do it with that though, you just gotta be careful that you don't get carried away, because as you're going, it'll start taking off quick and really grinding through the plastic. So you just gotta make sure that you don't get carried away and have it make a big hole where you don't need it, which I was real close on this corner up here. It did get a little out of control on me. I'm gonna try to get this out because I don't know if I have it in the right way. I want it to be on when it's forward and off when it's backwards. I'm not sure if it's incorrect. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get it wired up now. This kind of switch doesn't just have 2 for the power and the accessory or load. It has a 3rd one for ground for the light. So we are going to go ahead and get this all hooked up. We will need a ground for the fan anyway. So we're gonna find a spot, like right here is a bolt hole we're not using. So I'll probably clean that up around it, and we will go ahead and put a bolt in there to ground it. So I've tied in to the ignition wire here, and the wire I tied into is only 12 volts when the key is in the on position. So I have that going up to where it shows the plus on here, and then I also have the accessory on the middle. That one is going to right here on the fan, and then the other one, the other connector here, which is ground, is right here, is this one here, and we're gonna put it to a ground spot on the frame, and this is the ground for the fan itself. So we're gonna do that real quick here. I'm just gonna clean that spot up right there a little bit, and then I got a bolt to fit in there, and then we're gonna test it out. Okay, I got the ground wires on, switch back in place, everything hooked up. We're gonna turn the key on. You can see the neutral light lights up because we're in neutral right now. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the switch. You can see the switch light up, and you can hear the fan going. We do have one problem though. So here is our problem. We want this fan to be sucking air in and pushing it out the other way, and it's backwards. So normally you can just switch the polarity on the fan and make it spin the other way. But with this one, what they were telling me is if it's spinning the wrong way, to take the blade off and flip the blade over. This is made to flip the blade the other way. So we're gonna go ahead and do that real quick now, and then we should be all set. Okay, so this fan just has a nut on it here. You can take that off and you can see it just flips over like this. I think this is the way it was because you can see where the round is from where the washer was set in here. So you just flip it over the other way then. And hopefully we can get it to fit down in there. Yep. And we'll give it a try. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this up real quick, and we'll give it a try. There we go. Now it's pushing air. instead of pulling. Now it's pushing air this way instead of pushing it out this way. So that's just what we want. I just got to throw the bolts back in and he's good to go. So if you want to make this fan from what they call a puller into a pusher, you need to switch the polarity of the leads, put power to the black one, and ground the blue one. You also want to switch the blades because the way the blade pitch is, it makes it more efficient when it's spinning that way. So we are all set now as far as the cooling system goes, and we are ready for him to do some racing. The reason why we're doing this is because generally we're going at very low speeds, higher engine revs, and his machine has been getting really hot. So we just are hoping that this will help, because it just seems like the racing we do is mostly first and second gear, and we just don't have the speed. It's more technical, and he just seemed to be running hot. Hopefully this cures it with the other things that we've done and just makes it work better. Hopefully in another video we'll have the clutch. I already did a video doing the changing the clutch out, and before I even got it edited, he burned that clutch up, so we did some major upgrades to it, and we're hoping that helps.